Hello, MavMind Collective, and welcome to another episode of the Hypnosales Show. Today, we're going to be talking about understanding embedded commands. Embedded commands is a form of hypnotic language. It's a technique within the hypnotic language family of techniques used to improve communications. With yourself and your client, if you're in a customer-facing role, any client or prospect or customer you're working with, you're always, if you're like me, you're always wanting to improve your communication skills. And this is one of the ways you can do it is by understanding embedded commands. Now, I first came across embedded commands when I learned about, in my hypnosis practice, I learned about delivering commands into the subconscious, which is why you hypnotize someone. When someone's coming in to be hypnotized, they're wanting you, they're asking you, and they're paying you even in a lot of cases to put them in a hypnotic trance so that way you can input commands into their subconscious and kind of help them reprogram their own subconscious. They have to do the work, but you can help them by putting them into that state of mind that allows them to easily accept commands into their subconscious. If they want to, if they're asking you to, they want to, right? They want to accept it, and then they let it in, and then you bring them back out of hypnosis, and then now subconsciously these commands are in there, and they're like seeds that start to grow. And if they choose to do self-hypnosis or come back to you for more hypnosis, they can reinforce it, and over time those seeds grow into these beautiful flowers and trees and landscape within their subconscious that is exactly how they want it to look and how they want it to behave and operate. Unlike whatever they have now, which is usually a problem, and they're wanting you to help fix their problem. So that's what the commands are doing. You're putting the commands or the suggestions, another way you can say is you're putting the suggestions into their subconscious for them to then absorb, and then it helps them reprogram their own subconscious with those suggestions and those commands. Now, embedded commands is a twist on that. It's a certain take on that idea, but I'm not putting you into a trance to do this when I'm communicating with you. I'm simply embedding the command indirectly in a sentence where your subconscious is more likely to receive it into the subconscious. It's more likely to receive it and be able to do something with it. And it's the idea, if you've been in sales for a while or pre-sales role, post-sales role, you have this idea sometimes of planting seeds, putting seeds, ideas in someone's mind ahead of time. Especially if you're in post-sales, like when I was a professional services person way back in the day, and I knew that I'm going to have a conversation with the customer about something that they're not going to be that happy about, but I got to tell them that the way they want to do it is not going to work. I got to do it another way. In other words, the implementation that I'm going to lay out for them is different than what they were expecting, and I've got to handle that horns effect, right? The expectation and the experience isn't going to match up, so ahead of time, I got to plant the seed of what's coming and have to warn them. So I start to put these ideas that it may not work, or I might have to do a different thing, and I start planting the seeds early in the conversation, in the communication process, because I want them to start thinking about that potentially this could be something different than the way that they're thinking now. So I have to change their mind. So I do it little by little by dripping, subconsciously drip these little ideas, these seeds, and then I help them grow it to where when I finally get there, I can have that conversation with them. So that's one example of putting something and making a suggestion to someone and planting that seed. So, but embedded commands is a technique to let you do this much faster, more effectively, and you can do it more often for different various reasons and different ways you want to do it. So I have a command on here to demonstrate how this works and to show you this technique, this pattern. I have this phrase here, you want to buy my product. Now, the phrase here, this is a direct command. I could have any command here I want. I'm just using this because maybe you're watching and you're thinking, okay, I relate to that. Yeah, I wish I could say that to my customers and prospects. I wish I could just go up to them and say, you want to buy my product right now, don't you? You want to do it. And maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you do that. I have found that most customers and prospects I work with, they don't like that direct approach. So that's why the embedded command part comes in. I don't want to just give them a command. I want to embed the command within another sentence indirectly. I want to have it as an indirect command, but it's still a command. It's just indirectly packaged and delivered to the client or prospect or customer. So what I do is I simply put some phrasing around each side of this command. So this could be whatever command you want. You can replace this with whatever command you want to really say to the customer directly, and you indirectly embed it by saying, you know, I am wondering if, and you just put I am wondering if in front of it, and this becomes the like a embedded part, and it makes it into a statement now instead of a command. I am wondering if you want to buy my product. I'm wondering if you want to buy my product. And then you can also, because it's the subconscious, and I always talk about what does the subconscious know? It knows the word now. So I put the word now here. It knows the word now. And also the subconscious indirectly prefers an option. If it has an option, it doesn't feel like you're forcing something on the subconscious. Subconscious is always looking for a way out, a way around, because it doesn't want to feel like you're commanding anything. So the critical mind will be more responsive if you give it an option. So you can say or not right here, and that's the option, right? So I'm wondering if you want to buy my product now or not. So you can say it like that. You're not telling them to buy it. You're not telling them they want to buy it, but you're saying, I'm wondering if you want to buy my product now or not. You're putting the command in between these indirect statements where it has the word now, which is the subconscious is hearing this word, and then or not, it's realizing it has a choice, and you're not forcing anything. So it's relaxed, it's comfortable with the statement. Now, I can also say these phrases in a different pitch if I still want it. Like, this is like a secret thing that you can do. And I probably should have another video on this called analog marking, where I can actually do a different pitch, say it in a different pitch when I talk about the embedded parts, and then the command is maybe a lower pitch. So I might say, like, you know, I'm wondering if, like I start out high pitch, you know, I'm wondering if you want to buy my product now or not. Or I'm wondering if you want to buy my product now or not. And I say buy my product now, and I lower my voice when I say those words. That's another way that I can appeal to the subconscious at that subconscious level without them even knowing it. All they consciously know is that I changed my pitch and I sounded weird. Like, that was weird how you said that. That's what they might be thinking consciously. But subconsciously, they're going to hear buy my product now in there. So that's kind of the secret way to kind of get the command into the subconscious by embedding it in there. Now, I can also do this. I can also use the word now as the beginning of another sentence. So this is another way you can do it. I can make this capital, make this like now, and then whatever I want to say here as the beginning of another topic that I'm going to talk about. So they're not even related sentences, right? In fact, I can even have another phrase here. Instead of I'm wondering if, let's say I do this, I say, I'll say whenever you're ready, I'm going to run out of space here. Ready to would be this part, and then buy my product would be the command that I want to have. So I might say, you know, just like, and I just say it indirectly, you know, just, it's no problem. I can wait until, you know, whenever you're ready to buy my product. I can wait for that when you're ready to buy my product. So take your time. I can be patient and wait till you're ready to buy my product. So in other words, I'm making a statement like that. And then I start a new statement and I say, now what I want to talk about next is X, Y, Z. So I'm talking about a different thing. But I have the word now, which is what the subconscious is going to hear. And I have this command, buy my product. And I really want to tell them, buy my product now. That's the command I want to put in this. So I say, so I kind of frame it like this. And I talk in a high pitch on this too. And I say, you know, it's okay. So I'll be patient just whenever you take your time. And I can wait until you're ready to buy my product. Now, what I want to talk about next is this other thing. And I might pause there between the next statement after the word now. So I'm going to mark it with a pause instead. Let me do that again and show you. So, you know, so whatever, I can be patient till, you know, you're ready to buy my product. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is X, Y, Z. So it's you don't know if it's like I'm saying now, the next thing I want to talk about, or buy my product now. Consciously, you're just gonna hear it and you're gonna go, okay, he's talking about a new thing now. And then they're gonna get their focused on the next thing you're talking about. But subconsciously, you're gonna hear, buy my product now, buy my product now. So that's kind of the secret of embedding the command. putting the command of what you really want to say nested and kind of embedded within the other words and phrases, using pitch like that to let the subconscious differentiate. Because the subconscious doesn't really understand the words you're saying. It doesn't understand language, but it does understand the tone and the pitch and the feeling it gets when I say it. And I know when I'm using this, I'm saying buy my product now, it can pick up on that I'm putting that seed into their mind and their subconscious. So that's how embedded commands work. This is just a couple examples. I know you find value in these videos, didn't you? So if you, like me, are in a customer-facing role, I'm wondering if you want to watch another video now designed to help you get better at what you do every day. Or not. You don't have to watch another video if you don't want to.